So, good morning. It is April 27th. Let me pin my video. So, you know, we've been in this process for a while, and for some of it's going great, for some of it's not going so great. So, the best way I can describe this is some of the information is slow going. But let's talk about iReady first. I had a question about iReady. So, in iReady, typically how I've done it every 9 weeks is I'll always drop your lowest score. Okay. So if you didn't do it 1 week or you didn't quite hit your goal 1 week, that is not going to crush you. It's not, because I always drop the lowest one. So in this case, if you didn't do 1 week, that will be dropped. But on that, I believe it is this week or next week, iReady is supposed to have a diagnostic check. So I can't change it, you can't change it. So that will be your assignment for the week to finish that diagnostic test. Okay. Alex had theirs last week. Okay. So just do those as they come up. No biggie, nothing bad. Okay. So another thing some of you have asked, you getting your personal belongings from the school. So that first week of May, the teachers are going to go up there one by one and clean out lockers, clean out our room, and everything like that. So I don't know the exact process yet, but after the 8th, everything will have been packed up for you to come up there and get. The 8th is the last day that the teachers will be up there. So what you'll need to know is, yeah, I am red 5. So I was locker red 5. And what we'll do is we'll just put an R5 and they'll be in our rooms. Okay. Caesar, I lowered your hand, but I did not unmute you. That was my bad. Let me find you on my list. Caesar,
Mr. Wright,
yeah.
so I have the assignments of math in my notebook, and I've already done them, but I haven't put them in the docs.
Okay. So every Monday we go back and we double check them. Okay. Because that's on Mondays is when Miss Colclaser and Miss Hula go through the list and start calling parents. So if you haven't quite finished them yet, if you haven't like put them in there, as soon as this video's over, or you can do it at the same time, put them in there. Okay. And then I can put you as engaged on the list. Okay. So some of you want those items, so they're going to be in a bag. There's going to be a whole lot of safety measures done to ensure nothing bad happens. But if you want those items, we're working on a plan to get them back to you. Okay. So yeah, if you have any other big questions, concerns about that, let us know. It also seems like the limitations on group sizes are there's an immediate end to that coming up. After July 1st, it seems like everybody's going to be able to have graduations, have proms, and everything like that. However, I don't know if our graduation will be rescheduled, if we're going to do a graduation a different way, or anything like that. So I don't know that part yet. So just keep that in mind. That's when the limitations are supposed to come up. So we may try to work for something at that point. But until then, everything is still Space Camp money. Space Camp completely is between Miss Fisher and Miss Bowen. Okay. You will have to contact those two people about how to do that. Okay. My point of contact for you would be Miss Fisher. Go through Miss Fisher first and then work your way up. But that is how that's supposed to happen. So let's get to some math. That's just some housekeeping items that have come out since on Friday and just over the weekend. So let's get to math. Okay. So let me screen share. Oh, I was on the right page. So this is the page we're on. We're on page 941. 941. As you can see, this is just a whole lot of terminology on this page. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vocabularies on this page alone. So for some of you, you're like, nope, stupid, can't do that. It's not that hard. Okay. Let's go through some of these. So let's start with the easy ones and then we'll work our way back up to the harder ones. Deal? I'm glad you all agreed. So, three-dimensional figure. So literally it's a shape that has a length, a width, and a height. That's it. A three-dimensional shape that has a length, a width, and a height. Why is my chat not coming up? Why is my chat not coming up? No, not what I want. Sorry, my chat's not coming up, so I can't. One of you just asked a question, I think, and I can't really go check without dropping this whole thing. So let me go through these 7 vocabulary words, and then I'll go back to the chat. Okay. So, three-dimensional figure, length, width, height. A face. We talked about faces last time. It's literally the flat surface. So if you cut these out, you could cut out these each individual shapes. So a face is just the flat part of a shape. An edge. It's literally where two sides meet. That is an edge. That is an edge. Literally, it's an edge of a piece. It's where it's just a line segment. Okay? A vertex is where 3 faces meet. So literally, it's the corner. Literally, it's the corner of it. Okay? Look in your rooms right now. I don't see anybody who's outside. So each one of you are currently in a room. Each wall is a face. Where 2 walls meet is an edge. Or where the wall and the roof meets is an edge. The corners of your room are the vertexes. Okay? They're just different terms. So a face is just the blank wall. An edge is where 2 walls meet. A vertex is a corner. Okay? So, just different fancy math terms. So, a prism. We're going to go through the vocabulary, then we'll go back and answer these 3 questions. Okay? Prisms are 3-dimensional figures. A prism has at least 3 faces that are rectangles. So, is your room a rectangle? Does it have rectangles? Yeah. Remember, squares are rectangles. Okay? The next fancy term, the top and bottom of a prism is called a base. Okay? Because the base, the roof and the base are the exact same. So if you flip it, you literally just flip the base and the roof. Okay? The most common prism you're ever going to see is called a rectangular prism. Okay? That means it has a rectangle on the top or a rectangle on the bottom. It has 4 sides. So most buildings are a rectangular prism. So that is the general concept of everything we're going to go over today. For some of you, that seems terrifying. It's not going to be bad. Okay? This page right here is always going to be there for you. Use it as a reference point. So let's answer these three questions, and I'm gonna go back to the chat. Describe the faces, edges, and vertices of the figures outlined on the luggage bag. Then identify the shape of the figure. So how many faces does this have? So it's gonna have a top and a bottom, right? It's gonna have a front and a back, and it's gonna have a side and a side. So I would say you can only see 1, 2, 3, but we know it's going to have 6. So it's going to have 6 faces. How many edges is it going to have? So I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 on top. There's going to be 4 on bottom. And then there's going to be 4 on the sides. So how many edges does this shape have? 12. Okay, it has 12 edges. 4 on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and then there's a fourth one hidden behind it, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. Okay, so there's going to be 12 edges. How many vertexes does it have? How many vertices? Basically, how many corners does it have? It's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to have 8 vertexes. Yeah. So Muhammad has asked for me to go back over edges. So does anybody else have anything they want me to go back over? If you do, just put in the chat real quick, and then I'll pop back over. Actually, what we're going to do is this. Hey, Muhammad, you're unmuted. Muhammad?
Yeah,
So what room are you in right now? Are you in the kitchen? Or are you in a living room?
kitchen.
Okay. So how many walls does your kitchen have?
Yeah, Momo is about to turn 11. Uh,
4.
So it has 4 walls. Does it have a roof and a floor?
Yeah.
Do you think we can help them rebuild just a smaller place?
4.
Nope, it has 6 because it has each wall is a face, and then the roof and the floor is a face.
Where I'm going to allow.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. So how many places does the wall in a roof or a wall in a wall or a wall in the floor meet?
8.
You said 8.
Uh-huh.
So look at the roof. So
Yeah.
how many walls does the roof touch?
4.
Okay, look at the floor.
Oh,
How
and
many
then,
pieces or how many walls does the floor touch?
4.
Okay. So right now you have 8, but now you have all the ones in the middle.
yeah.
Each one of your walls is going to touch a
Well, that's what I was thinking too, but the way I'm
Uh-huh.
looking at Ali, I have no idea what Ali playing.
4 in the
All I
middle.
know is I'm not going home
Yeah.
and going looking
With
for
a rectangular prism, you get 12 edges, right?
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. But how many corners do you have in your room where 3 faces meet?
6. 6.
8.
8.
Do I think I'm not going home. Like I know I'm not going there for.
Okay.
But it would be nice if I would go what I say to the road and yeah to the
Got it.
road like this year.
Okay.
This year.
Okay.
Kaylee, I think you're unmuted. Go ahead.
My sister had came in and I didn't catch the first three.
Okay. Did you hear the description with Mohammed?
No,
Okay. So what room are you in right now?
my room,
So you're in a bedroom.
yes,
So are there 4 walls?
yes,
Is there a roof and a ceiling, or a roof and a floor? Sorry.
yes,
So how many faces do you have?
6,
6. Because each wall is a face and the roof and the floor is a face, right?
yes,
So how many places does your ceiling touch another wall?
huh?
So your ceiling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Walls does it touch?
4,
4. You see those like creases where the wall and the roof touch?
yes,
That's an edge. Okay. So if you have 4 on your ceiling, how many do you have with the floor?
4,
4, right? But now how many places does each wall touch? Because each wall should be connecting to another wall, right?
yes,
So you see that crease? So there's going to be another 4 in the middle, right?
yes,
So how many do you have in total?
8, no, 12,
12. Okay. So that's an edge. So each little crease in the wall is an edge. So vertices or vertex is the corners. Okay. So how many corners do you have on the ceiling?
4,
4. So the floor is going to have that many as well, right?
yes,
So how many do you have?
8,
Boom. So that's literally what edges and vertices are. Okay.
okay,
However, what's going to happen here in the next little bit is they're not all going to be rectangular prisms. Okay. You may have a triangular prism. So you have to logically think through it. So when we get there, don't freak out. It's the same process. I promise. I can't minimize. I thought I needed to screen share. That's what I needed to do. All right. So let's turn the page. Oh no. Look. Rectangular prism, triangular prism, and a cube. Okay. So would you just look at that? These are going to tell you most of your answers. These are nice to keep in your back pocket of knowledge. Okay. So rectangular prism has 6 rectangular faces, 12 edges, 8 vertices. That's what we just discussed. The triangular prism has 5 faces, 9 edges. Remember, so 1, 2, 3 on top, 1, 2, 3 on bottom, and 1, 2, 3 in the middle. Okay. And then 6 vertices because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. A cube, 6 square faces, 12 edges because 4 on top, 4 on bottom, 4 in the middle, and then 8 vertices, so 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top. It's a pretty smooth process once you get the hang of it. Okay. So this guided practice right here. Who wants to talk me through some of it? So vertices are where 3 faces meet. So if you look at the ceiling of your room right now, where the 2 walls and your roof meet is a vertices. It's the corner. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Who wants to talk me through this one? The guided practice. Who do I have here? Who is the face looking away? Gael, is your mic working? Never mind then. I'm gonna go to the next person. Hey, no worries. Whenever you get it, you get it. Now we're coming to who knows. Come on, unmute him. Nikki, I'm trying to unmute you. Nikki, I think you're unmuted.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so talk me through this one. So talk me through number one right here. So it says faces. This figure has blank faces. The blank bases are congruent and parallel. The other faces are,
Think.
let's start with how many faces does it have?
This figure has 5 faces because there's a top and a bottom, and then the 3 sides.
Correct. So the blank bases are congruent and parallel. So what are my bases? What shape are they?
They're triangles.
Yeah. So the triangular bases are congruent and parallel. The other faces are,
The other faces are. Oh,
they're going to be a rectangle. So remember what it said over here earlier in a prism. It says a prism has at least 3 faces that are rectangles. Okay. So anytime that you're dealing with one of these, the sides are going to be rectangles. So the other faces are rectangles. There are blank edges. So how many edges are there?
there are. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 faces, 9 edges.
There are 9 edges. Okay. So did you see how she did that? She just went 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. The edges that form the vertical sides of the rectangles are parallel in what?
On the vertical side. Congruent.
Congruent. Remember, congruent means the same size. They're identical. So this figure has blank vertices. So how many vertices does it have?
6.
6, because it has 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. So remember little corners. So this figure is a what?
Triangular prism.
Boom. Remember, these up here are there to help you. So now we get over here. So literally what I want you to do is I just want you to do the front of this page. So these 6 questions,
Just 2 through 7.
just 2 through 7. But you had to think, literally each question is asking you 1, 2, 3, 4 questions each time. Okay. It's wanting to know, tell me how many faces there are, how many edges there are, how many vertices there are, and then tell me what shape it is. Okay, so each one is asking you to tell me 4 different things. Okay, so make sure you're answering all 4 questions. So 2 through 7. So let me stop sharing. So do we have questions, concerns, anything you need me to go back over, anything like that? This is your chance to ask. Okay. So if you are, so Saloni, basically yes. That's basically all I'm asking. However, what I don't want you to do is just go back over there and look at the list and go, whatever. Okay. I want you to think through logically of what it is. Lonnie, if you understand that part, then yes, you can talk through it like that. But if you don't, you don't have to. So Kaylee, you're unmuted, but you don't need to be unmuted anymore.
No.
Okay. Help on number 3.
She's very funny because
Muhammad, you're unmuted.
Never mind, I got it.
when she helped me do the wedding, like, I enjoyed myself. I
Yeah.
spent my time laughing over there.
D. Anthony, what you got, buddy?
What, is it most of our pictures like our pictures I pay for it?
I'll message you here in just a second, D. Anthony. Okay. Give me just 1 second. If you want to write it like on the front page, that's perfectly fine. Or if you just want to be much more direct, where it's just, hey, it has this many edges, it has this many vertices, it has this many. What I don't want is just 6, 9, 12. What I don't want is that. Okay. I just want a very, very direct, has this many edges, has this many, is this many. You don't necessarily have to write congruent and everything else about everything, but just they have not done the drawing this week yet. They will do that probably tomorrow. Miss Hula typically does it on Tuesdays. They have finalized, like from the company, how everything's going to come in and everything. But I do not know how we are going to send it out yet. It will come to you in the mail. I just don't know how that process is going to work. So it may come directly from the manufacturer to you. The photos may come directly from the photo studio to you. I don't know. I know you are going to receive them. I just don't know when and how. That is still being talked about. So, yeah. Any other questions, concerns, anything we need to talk about? Okay. So I'll be back on at 1 if you have questions, concerns. So I don't know who won this week. Miss Hula does all of those drawings independently. So whenever she posts it, it will be out there. So let me stop